Here in Tennessee, we've really seen a lot of growers embrace cover crops, particularly here in 2016. They planted it last year, of course, in 2015. And no one seems to have just lit on any one specific cover crop. We're seeing a sundry of different cover crops out there. And it's ranging from the cereal rye you see here behind me. Some are just going wheat, pulling it out of the bin. It's pretty economical and a decent way to go. Some are doing what I guess more of our weed control blend that we've kind of developed now over a couple years, where we're looking at a cereal like a cereal rye behind me or a wheat with a legume like a vetch or a crimson clover, those type. And then some others folks have adopted the NRCS blend, which has a lot of different things in it. And we're having some definite learning curve on managing these, particularly from a burn down standpoint. Now, from like the cereal rye or the wheat that's here behind me, it's fairly easily controlled. We've kind of really settled on a glyphosate application 7 to 10 to 2 weeks ahead of planting, and then follow it up with gramoxone right behind the planter. That's worked fairly well. Some of these others that we're just starting to get into, like the NRCS blend, it has some seed in there and some crops in there we've not really looked at very extensively before, and one of those is the tillage turnip. Now that crop as a cover crop was actually first developed in Maryland and places further north. They get winter there fairly regularly, and it winter kills every year. We're finding down here in the Mid-South that's not necessarily the case. It's really a hit or miss proposition if it will winter kill or not. And what we're finding is if it doesn't winter kill, we don't really have a herbicide that's effective controlling it. And that's something we got to think of going forward here. Either we're going to have to start looking at some avenues where we're trying to burn it down way early when it's still small, as opposed to closer to planting, which is just too big to do anything with. Another one that we're seeing a lot of is actually canola being used. And clearly this canola, a lot of it is Roundup ready. Roundup is having no effect on it. I think most everybody kind of went in and thought they could spray Roundup and dicamba and clean it up. That has not been the case. Again, we're having to move to some other herbicides, most notably gramoxone, to desiccate it. So we are learning as we go here with some of these cover crops, but in general, we're really seeing a lot of growers use them, and it's really helping them on their weed control.